I was a Zionist for 28 years, but now that I'm no longer a Zionist, one of my goals is to help people recognize the pattern of propaganda that Zionist and Israeli leaders use. And one of their favorite pieces of propaganda and narratives is about the founding of Israel in the 1948 war. And they love to frame it as the fledgling state of Israel, the underdog, was attacked by 5 Arab nations with the intent of destroying Israel. Well, there's a reason they always frame it as 5 Arab nations and never as how many troops actually entered into Israel. But Avi Shlaim, who is a Jewish historian, he gave the accounting of how many Arab troops entered Israel. It was 25,000 Arab troops versus 35,000 IDF troops. And then 6 months later, Ben Gurion recorded in his diary that the IDF troops had grown to over 100,000. So by that time, the ratio of IDF troops versus Arab troops was 2-1. But that didn't stop Ben Gurion from further amplifying the underdog story. In dramatic fashion, he gave a speech about the 1948 war, and this is what he said. "We, as well as world public opinion, cannot ignore the horrible fact that 700,000 Jews were confronted here with 27 million Arabs, 1 against 40. Humanity's conscience was not shocked when 27 million attacked 700,000. Y'all, that's such propaganda, and I can't believe I used to fall for that propaganda. But thankfully, I have awakened to how they amp up the underdog story. And by waking up and the research I did, I ended up writing this book, Zionism, the Root of the Arab-Israeli Conflict. And I think I posed a really good question in the book. After finding out that the Zionist militias, before the war had even started, they had driven out over 300,000 Palestinians and destroyed over 200 of their villages. So I write, it begs the question, did Arabs attack to destroy Israel, or did troops enter Israel defensively in hopes of preventing Zionists from further destroying Palestinian villages and towns and expelling more Palestinians? Because now that I'm no longer a Zionist, now I know the truth of what happened. And unfortunately, the Arab troops weren't able to prevent the IDF from expelling 750,000 Palestinians.